Hi friends, Danny Hogger here. Hope you're doing really well. Been enjoying my AtGames 4KP over this stormy weathered weekend in California. So here I'm going to present to you my top 5 games that come stock on the Addams Family Legends Pinball. There are some good games here, so I know you're going to be impatient like me waiting for your pre-orders to come into the store at App Store X and all the other content you plan to put on this, but here's my top 5 of the games that come with you. For a different spin, I had my daughter who's 7 years old play the games. So it also gives those of you with a family an idea of like how much time your kids are going to spend on each game and what are 5 good games to start with. So let's go ahead and kick it off and remind you that before we do, my newest album, All Sides of Me, Danny Hogger Music, available now, digital music stores everywhere. I went to Abbey Road this year, fulfilled a lifelong dream. If you like good indie acoustic music, check out the music. And here's the top 5. Let's roll. All right, on number 5, we're going to start with Dinosaur Dynasty. Remember, we're only talking stock tables that come with your Addams Family kit, and I think almost all of us are going to get Dinosaur Dynasty no matter which pre-order you have on the AtGames Legends 4KP. First, we'll start with the obvious, that I have a 7-year-old daughter, and dinosaurs are pretty cool to just about all children because it's universally taught in our public education system. Yep. So I like the game. Starting with this hovering shot, you can see a lot of details and textures in the background, lots of greens and browns. Nothing else really has this color palette in the game. I like the special effects that you see roaming onto the screen, the fog, the smoke, the volcano cloud, whatever you want to call it. Probably don't call it volcano cloud. If I would put a guess, that's probably not your words. I really like the back art across the back box and on the play field. It's really pretty cool. It's clear that, these games on the Natural History Pack, being newer, are just a little bit more cutting edge, a little more high tech, a little more nuanced. But at the same time, the gameplay is all very streamlined. And I appreciated the way that my daughter could just pick up and play this without having to identify 4 or 5 different play fields. And she never has to wonder what's going on. It's also just kind of a lot of fun. I think these games are a blast. They leave a little bit to be desired in the voiceover category. It's just kind of like a caveman-ish voice, and even then there's not very many recorded lines, and I would expect for a game that's so new that it would be nice if it had some voiceovers. My favorite pinball games are the comedic, like Family Guy type, where you just get tons and tons of action verbally at you being hurled the entire time. But this is a more laid-back experience. Even though it's like a roaring dinosaur, it's still something that's easy to grasp onto and fun to play. My daughter played a 3-ball game in about 3 minutes, and we're coming to the end of that. So it's somewhat simple, and I think it's something that if she played enough of, she could get good at, and I enjoyed playing alongside her. So in this top 5, I'm kind of focused on family aspects of the game, and there goes that third and final ball. But at number 5, we have Dinosaur Dynasty from the Natural History Collection. Let's crossfade, if we will. We're going to go to a Zachariah table for number 4, Pool Champion Deluxe. When I bought my dad the 4K mini pinball, this was one of the ones that I liked, and I actually thought a lot of the games weren't that excellent, but blown up into the 4K scale here with a 32-inch playfield, and I like the evening light display. You can change 3 different settings of lights. I like the way the light up contrast is to the darker back glass. We played this at about 4 p.m. here in California, and I just think it's kind of nice to play with some nuance in some different times of the day. Best to not put this machine under lights so you don't get a lot of glare, and I like the way that we were able to capture sort of a not too much glare here. You see a little in the middle of the screen. But what I like about Pool Deluxe, the sound effects are really nice. The sound of the billiards balls cracking. I like the play field. The lights don't go too intense. I love the 3D character moving the ball around into different play fields. You get a little side action, having some fun with the straightforward ramps, but also the center ramp is a lot of fun to shoot here. So I like that it's pretty easy to know what's going on. It's simple. But it's also, I feel like, lines up really well to shoot the ramps. Even my daughter's doing it here, and she's 7. So again, gives you a little contrast of like, what does a novice player do with some of these tables that has never seen them before? Also, to the comment I got a couple days ago about there being lag, there is not any lag on my machine as far as gameplay for any of the games, even Addams Family, which will appear later on the list. Again, solid looking. I really like the blinking lights on the bottom. Yeah, just giving you a little sense of the sights and sounds here, too, as we go, as that game ends, to our number 3 on the countdown. Another Zachariah table. What's it gonna be? The anticipation. Oh, I actually heard a lot of complaints about this one from others in the past. Red Show. It's kind of a girl band scenario, and I'll give you some bias that I have a 7-year-old daughter and I'm teaching her to play guitar on a pink electric. I like this game. Here's what I like about it. The music builds from a single instrument, and then as you score different points and adapt different missions, you hear more electric guitar, you hear more keyboard, and it's kind of like the band comes together as you go on tour and perform shows. As somebody who has music on Apple Music and Spotify, this calls out to me more than a lot of the other ones. I like the bowling game too, Strike, but I didn't put that on the list, and I'm in a bowling league. Anyway, I just think the music's actually really fun. I don't think it's over the top fantastic musically. It's sort of like garage band level audio, but I really like the way it adds and subtracts, genres change. It has a song that kind of sounds like Evil Ways by Santana almost a bit. There's just a lot to enjoy. It makes you sort of relaxed and have fun. I think the shot of the band on the back glass is fun. I like the voiceovers and the performance that you get as you play. And it's another one that's easy to shoot the ramps and have a pretty decent length of a game, even if you don't really know what you're doing or you're new to pinball. I like the size of the left ramp. It makes an easy target to shoot for. You get a couple extra play fields up top. You can see those flippers moving across the screen, and that's a blast, I think, to get a little bit more action going on once you get good at the basics of the table. And yeah, Red Show's just a lot of fun. I'm going to give you some uninterrupted audio now.
That is no way to entertain people.
Thank you, everyone. Make sure to subscribe to our channel.
All right, jumping back into the audio now for number 2, and it is the Addams Family, the one that probably... Go. Thank you, Dana. I knew there was an interruption coming there. We're going to go to the stock Zen game, the Addams Family Pinball. Something I didn't play in the arcade, but am enjoying playing here at home. Although I want to say, the game ends fast. This is Dana's shortest playthrough, coming in at about a minute and a half for the 3-ball run. But it looks and plays fantastic. The plunger's a little bit delayed here on February 4th, 2024, which will probably get patched in the future. But as far as like action, fun, the light up effects, you can turn on and off the scoreboard and the 3D figures, but I really like the way they splash onto the screen, create an atmosphere of real enjoyment. The lights that flourish from left to right and that crest up and down. And of course the VOs and the characters. If you're an Addams Family fan, this will probably be your number one for sure. But I wonder what mine's going to be coming up shortly. Stay tuned. It's a great looking table. It has that 90s vibe to it. It's just a fun, real pinball action represented in a virtual form. But for me, I have not gotten very good at this one yet. I can score 30, 40, 50 million on the other games, and this one's tough to keep the ball in play. There's no ball save in the middle. There's not much to keep it going. You really got to be alert and on it to be good at this game. But Addams Family is a blast. My daughter has to play it every day since we've plugged it in. Also sounds really good with the SSF kit installed. Watch the video that I did on that yesterday if you haven't, and why it took me 3 hours and some tips that can save you time. As we head to our number one video of the day and lose the match game on the screen. We're going to go back to natural history with the first multi-ball action I had today, and that's the reason it's my favorite, and it's the last Ice Age. It's just a beautiful looking ice blue table. Love the background, love the audio. The mammoth sounding off is a lot of fun if you crank the volume and play. Love the ramps, love the easy access to the game. It's fun to loop, it's easy to orbit. All the moves just seem very connected and well designed. You're rarely hitting the ball up and not getting something good, so it's kind of a high score, easy game to rack up points on. And it has the 3D effects that the other natural history games have as well, which is kind of what I'm looking for with my experience as sort of a beginner pinball and VPin enthusiast. So what's your favorite in your top 5? Leave a comment in down below. This is for you guys because you asked to see some more gameplay and said you would welcome it. And here it is. Hope you don't mind that I'm a beginner at this and it's hard for me to capture a great picture on full screen given the nature of the display and the orientation. But if you liked it, like, subscribe, and please go check out Danny Hogger Music. That's my real passion. Check out the music I've been making for 15 years. It would mean a lot to me. And I'm going to leave you with Ice Age audio on the way out. Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody.
Rotate spinner 30 times. Is locked.
Thank you everyone for watching, and please subscribe to our channel.